Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This is the ESYGN Sitdown. For those who don't know, my name is Jordi and this is Bink, and together we run ESYGN.
ESYGN is a digital branding and performance agency focusing on helping high-end clients excel in the digital world globally. In this episode, we're going to reflect over the past year. And Jordi, if you can tell a bit about what we do, then the people know what we're talking about.
Absolutely. So for new people watching, and maybe other people as well, I will summarize real quick what we do. So in general, we help our clients by growing online. We support them with the creation of websites, email marketing, advertisement, content generation, digital, but also on location. We support them with the consulting, and together with our team, we make sure that our client is as efficient as possible in scaling and growing their business online.
So to start off, Jordi, how did you experience this year? We had a lot of highs, we had a lot of lows.
To say the least.
I think we started the year with a very clear plan, one that's more clear than we've ever had it, and a lot of enthusiasm. But we did start with some very, very tough months. Mm-hmm. Although across the year, we've really evolved our business, like completely 360 degrees, I'd say, more than doubling our team members, the clients we work with, the stuff that we do. As you are the main salesperson in ESYGN, I'd just love to know how you experienced it. How did we get the ball rolling? What did we do? Just kind of your perspective.
All right. Well, first of all, I think looking back that you said that there was the most clear plan so far. If I look back at the plan that we had then and to see what we have now for the upcoming year, that's worlds in between, like apart, literally. I think that the beginning of the year was with a good and lots of good energy to start with and to see, okay, what can we do? How are we going to get clients? Well, we see a lot, and I've said this in previous videos as well, like normal agency really focuses on getting clients via email. All the time outreach, sending 10,000 of emails per month, trying to get clients, and this doesn't work. We know very well, we tried it a long time, it doesn't work. So our idea was to do things different this year. And to be honest, I think it was a very bumpy ride.
To say the least.
Yeah, exactly. I think, and we will get back to that in a second, but we have spent, I think, we've overspent on our budgets to make sure to attend, in this case, events as we were planning to do. We've spent more money than came in to make sure to attend them, but with that, to shortcut a little bit to what we're seeing now is that we've doubled our team. So in general, I think we've made some good steps, but let's go into that a bit deeper now and analyze what we've done right, but also definitely what we've done wrong.
I think really what a turning point for us was, especially beginning this year, was that we just wanted to step away from trying to get clients online, because the clients that we want to work with, they don't really respond well online. Even though they're businesses, they're very digital, they get like hundreds of emails every day. They're just so tired of getting reached out to people. And I think really the change that we made is how can we be more like the clients that we want to work with instead of trying to do all these traditional methods. And when we decided to physically go to the places where they're also at, in this case the trade shows, the fairs, to name a few, Maison Objet, actually Tax Free World Association in Cannes, we go to Downtown Design in Dubai, we go to 3 Days of Design in Copenhagen, a lot of very prestigious events where we're not meant to be, actually, where they're retail events, so we're just there kind of the black sheeps. But that's actually where we've seen incredible success. Can you explain to us, Jordi, how did you get all the leads and how do you make the introduction in an event where we're not supposed to be to basically get clients out of that, to make deals that are worth 50, 100, 500K?
Yeah, so it's quite simple, to be honest, because all these people are there to talk, obviously. So at the moment that you come in and, well, I'm speaking for myself, but I know counts the same for you. If there's a nice product, a company with nice products and well-designed items, the branding, etc. is nice, then there is already a preference to this brand. and it's easier to speak with someone if you like the product as well, because it's just in general easy to talk about something you both like.
Yeah.
So at the moment that we're speaking, that I'm arriving at these events and I'm seeing someone that I think, okay, well, this person looks interesting or could be interesting, and you just start chatting about their brand, and they always ask, okay, what do you do? And at that moment, then I just turn it around, and instead of selling them like, oh yeah, we want to do a new website for you or whatever, doesn't work, because no one there will say, okay, here's my card, call me tomorrow, we'll do a new website. This doesn't work at all. So what I try to do is I try to make more friends with these people and get more on a comfortable basis.
Building a relationship, basically.
Exactly. And we always take books with us, and we've showed it also in previous videos, but it's nice, I think, to show as well. We've had the ESYGN books, of course.
Yeah.
And we have them also in orange.
I think you can see there,
yeah. So that's really nice. And even if I call a company after 4 months and I say, hey, how are you doing? It's Jordi from ESYGN.
Yeah.
They know, without me needing to explain anything, who I am.
Yeah.
And that is extremely rare if it comes to an agency. The reason for that is because
people
there's
hate agencies.
So many agencies.
People hate agencies, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that you will be remembered from someone without doing a lot of effort. Well, there is obviously effort, but not like doing weird things, like doing stuff online which shows you all the time, but like just from one contact point is extremely rare.
I think what's fun to tell in that way is that we really try to connect with the brands on a physical and personal level that is not immediately online, because still the strongest connection you can make is in person. And what we've noticed, and why we obviously decided to make this transition to these fairs, to these physical fairs, is that every time we speak with people in person and we show what we do, they absolutely love the brand. We get a really good client out of it. Everything is great. And we did notice, what kind of the first events I think we went to, is that if you just give a card or you just talk to them, you don't make a lasting impression. And like, we love the products of all the brands that we go to. Like you said, you get excited of the brands that you talk about. And that's, I think, also why when we decided to make a physical book ourselves, to give something to show we care about quality and we care about making products, which they do as well. I think that's also really a point that's kind of our unique selling point at this this moment in on the fairs. And with all of that together, and your extreme, your how do you say it? Persistence, extreme persistence. He's so determined that people won't get rid of you. That whenever you got the number, they will
better not.
No,
no. That's all jokes aside. Like, obviously, it's well, it's true. First of all, like we put in a lot of effort to get these brands and get the clients. For me, for example, I don't really do anything in the company except for, well, strategy with you, obviously, and what we want to do to get more clients, how to do it, what we do with the management.
But it's basically selling.
Exactly, that's selling.
Making sure we have the work.
Exactly. And I think that is, to come back to your first question, something we really changed. Is first, I was very much involved in all the work if it comes to the design and who does this, and if someone is doing the work correct or on time, or who is responsible for this.
Of communicating with clients as well,
exactly.
I think, primarily.
Exactly, also, and if there's questions or whatever, and now I just say, please call or text, email Nicolas, for example, or you, or Jonathan, like, can you please reach out to them, because otherwise I'm in between, and there's no need to do that. It only the biggest
slows
lack, something down.
The biggest thing we were lacking in is having good leads and getting the business. Like, every time we do a service, people love it. We have amazing service delivery, and exactly what you're saying. Since that you are completely focused on sales, we have something that works for us that no one else does. I think that's where we sell some incredible growth. But having said that, even though we found such a breakthrough, didn't mean that we had such an easy year immediately selling. As maybe also fun to talk about is when did we actually get our first clients through the fairs? Because the first fair we went to this year, in January, the client that we closed from there, we closed maybe 8 months later.
So in general, it takes 3 months from the starting point to signing a deal with a new client, and that is constant contact, calling them, emailing them, sending over something new, not even in an annoying way, because that's what you see very often with agencies. And
So you don't tell them we can 10x your revenue in 3 weeks?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I even
how
say,
do you do
I even
then?
say in the first 2-3 months you should not even expect anything. Like really, because it's true.
Yeah.
Like you should
Setting
not.
expectation is really important.
Exactly.
That's where it goes wrong generally.
Exactly, and I think if it comes to ads, like now we're talking about ads specifically, then you should not expect anything in the 2 months, because you can definitely make results. But if you really want to have a good structure and you want to make a good return, you need to create that structure, and that's what you guys do, of course. But if it comes to branding, then it's a different story. Like then you see very fast results on delivering work. But let's get into that a little bit later. I think that the client management expectation part, that is the most important, and also one of our strong suits, I think, together with communication, if it comes to how to handle clients, why do they stay so long with us, and why are they so happy. So can you explain a little bit in detail how it is possible that our clients stay for longer periods, even years, within ESYGN as a client?
That's a really good question, actually, because we hear a lot that in the space it's really hard to keep clients. And I think one very important thing that we do differently is we over-communicate everything, and we put the brand identity and brand aspect on place number one above performance. That's also why we tell our clients that we probably won't get any results in the first 2 to 3 months, instead of promising a 3x of your revenue in the first 4 weeks.
Yep.
It's really expectation management, basically. And it's not because we can't deliver these results. Generally, we already get the great results in the first month, but we think it's really important that we blend branding and performance. We work with companies that are over 100 years old. ESYGN, for example, it's established in 1920. That's a company with so much history. You have to treat it very carefully, because you can't just run super salesy ads and do a super salesy landing page, because it's just not a brand. You destroy what's been made over years. That's something we want to protect. So what we do is we come in generally for ads or conversion rate optimization on a website, or to get this performance part in their business, and we try to combine it with their branding. And that's something I think quite unique that not a lot of companies understand. And in that period of blending these two things, we ensure that everything we build is made to last. So also when we do an advertising strategy, for example, we focus on getting new customers and not immediately making a profit. We also tell our clients, we're not going to make a profit right now, but over the months and over the years, you're going to have 100, 200% more customers that keep coming back because they love your products. We work with companies that have such good products that the only thing we need to do is protect their brand and then combine it with something that performs online. And I think understanding the brand, over communicating, and then putting that together is what builds a really good relationship with our clients, but also actually brings them results that last and don't just disappear in 2 months or so.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think it's for us also in choice of who do we work with, if it comes to the client, but also to the team. Exactly the same. Like how can you work, if you already know from a brand that they want to do a very short cooperation, like we want to try ads for 3 months, and generally if they're not really into going for a longer period of work, then we're already like, okay, better not, because we know already that it will get, first of all, a headache, and second of all, if you don't want to really go for it, like then you can better search for an agency who is very more on client hopping, let's say, just moves forward with finding a new client every 3 months, 4 months, and then learning how to work with that, because that's we have clients for so long. Like
I think our longest lasting client right now, we're working with them for 5 years straight, and ESYGN now exists for 7 years. So it's almost the complete period of when we've been running this agency. And I'd say it's really impressive. It's a lot of fun. We'd rather work with 10 clients for 10 years straight than with
Absolutely.
30 clients that are all like a few months or a year collaboration.
Absolutely,
So how we work.
absolutely.
Jordi, can you tell a bit about how we support our clients and how we work with their team instead of taking over the entire work? Because there are a lot of misconceptions that people feel when an agency comes in that you kind of take it over and that you just work with the agency. But how is it that we actually work together with the companies instead of taking over?
Yeah, so that's also something that I always tell when I'm in a call or speaking with someone during an event, because they always ask like, how does it work when you as an agency come in? Because a lot of founders of companies or marketing managers in general, like on the higher end, they are usually quite excited. Like they see performance, they see results, and they are like, okay, that's
we
what
gotta
we
do
need,
this,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And when you have a team in place, there's also a lot of marketing managers who are not so excited at that point. But because you need to make a choice, who is going to do what? Who is going to be responsible? We already pay people. Do we need an agency? Maybe the performance is better.
It's kind of scary, right?
Exactly.
It's like taking over this part of the company, making maybe losing jobs, but that's not really what we aim for. Most of the companies we work with already have huge teams.
They have very big teams. They have people in place. They have usually people for content, for email, for ads. They are, if it comes to if they have the right people, they are definitely there. But the only difference is that we notice and see that there's a lot of changes constantly in the marketing environment. And when you do not make the choice to grow with that and stay kind of limited to your own beliefs and what you know what's working, then it's very hard to generate growth. And what we try to do is, instead of taking over your team, we really try to support them by finding, first of all, better ways, more efficient, less cost active, a better way of protecting your branding. So not just like, for example, giving these huge sales or doing something weird which really harms the brand. And with that we try to combine their team and our team to make more beautiful work and grow.
Yeah, because generally when we work together with brands, the whole marketing department, they know so much about it. They are so used to it. And really what we do is we point out the points where they can improve or where we can grow. We will help them with it. Also, they're super busy with so much. It's not just the digital part of branding and marketing generally. There are the physical fairs, there is the product development. There is so much you need to think about. So it doesn't make sense to have a separate team or to have your team divided on these two separate subjects, because the digital part of your business right now is so important and it's such a subject on its own that you can't have people spread around everything. So I think that's where we bring also the most value, is that we really come in, we support with what they can't do or they don't necessarily have enough knowledge about or just don't have the time for it. Like a lot of brands, they don't have the time for it. When they can hire one person that needs to do 20 different things, or they can work with us, we support their team. They get a team of 12 super talented people that can take care of anything and spot the points of improvement and work together to basically grow the company.
Yeah, 100%. And what we do more, we didn't do that for a very long time, but what we started to do since this year, I would say, is very also quite heavy on the consulting type of work. Since we noticed that also for this exact type of client that has already a team in place and just needs kind of help from the outside. Like, how do you really combine this branding and performance in a profitable way? Because either it's usually when you focus on branding, you're losing the performance aspect, so the money.
And when you focus on the
missing.
Performance, you lose the branding
Exactly.
aspect.
So how do you do that? And what we do now very often is get hired to create big documents full of information, which we send to their team, and they go over it and read it and try to implement those type of things. And
in their own way, basically.
Exactly. So we just support them kind of with the idea and the strategy how to do it, and they can
make it beautiful.
So I think that's a very strong thing as well. Well, can you explain a little bit more about our team, the people that we have, the type of people, where they're from, what they do?
Yeah, for sure. I think at the beginning of the year, we started with a team of 5 people, being able to do digital advertising, graphic design, email marketing, and basically the main foundational points of growing a business online. And this year we really expanded our services scope, but also then obviously the people we work with. So right now we've brought into the team a really experienced social media manager, an amazing SEO and conversion rate optimization specialist, another senior graphic designer to really elevate the digital identities we're creating. We brought on board an editor, content creator. So we really expanded the team to ensure we can help the brands we work with in any possible way, with anything that they need to grow online.
Yeah.
It's really our focus basically, because I think the main focus of ESYGN is bringing the quality that the brands we work with from their products and from their branding and their experience offline, we want to bring this to the online world.
Yeah.
Because what we notice is most of the brands, they have incredible products, they have incredible experience. When you go to their store or anything, you feel like you're in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to their website, you can literally click on add to cart, you purchase a little bit. Sometimes you can't even really find where you can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not representing the company and the business as it should, and it's also hurting the revenue. And now we really brought in the team into place that we can literally assist marketing teams and companies with anything.
True.
We can bring a 10 million a year business to 100 million a year and further in literally months, just by implementing these set pieces and having the team to just execute super quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's also something our clients love, is we execute in weeks and months instead of having an onboarding of a month and then having to look at how it goes and then having to be like, what should we do now? We really know what to do. The teams know what to do, and we execute on it. Yeah. So Jordi, how did we turn around such a hard start of year, having struggled 8 months up until the point where we've been in the best shape ever?
First of all, I think things take longer than you expect, because at the moment that we went to the first event, we went with 3 of us, with you, me, and Nicolas, and we had the idea, like, for sure we will close something here.
Yeah.
Because there's so many brands, so many different people.
I think we had like 30 plus leads, right?
Exactly. Well, way more than that.
Yeah.
Like
insane brands.
Exactly. And you have the idea, like, okay, well, we're with 3 people here. And we're 5 days, so, or 4, I don't know, we will close. But you're not taking into consideration that it will be also very tiring. Yeah. That you have a lot of other stuff we need to do, because at that point we were at 5 instead of with the current team. So you also went home to work one day instead of going with us. And then Nicolas is very good, but after day 3 he's also a bit like, well, I'm kind of like empty right now. You know, so you need to take all these things in consideration, and how do you plan and execute that. And then the second time that we went, I went alone to Milan. Then we closed also our biggest deal ever, which is really great, which gave a lot of energy. And with that, we were like, okay, now we're going full in. We're just going to book a lot of these events. And we were, I think, really trying to make sure that all the costs that we had, that we could cover it, that we make sure that even we would go a little bit over it if needed, just so we could go to the next event. And then I think just with good faith and seeing, like, okay, we know what we can do, that we can help the clients, our skills in general, that we can sell. And well, if you just get in front of enough people, there's always someone who will agree with it, let's say.
For sure.
I think that was our motivation there.
I think after the first event, we understood that we really understood what we had to do better and where was the power, what cards to get, what to ask for, how to present ourselves, and then understanding the quality of leads we got from it. I think that's what really drove us to just invest more than we had. I think we overspent so much more than we could have, but
credit card.
We get such a good position right now, and the last 2 months, I think we've been closing more than we've ever had. I think we've been beating our top deals that we've closed like 3 times in a row, month on month, and that really puts us in a position to go even harder next year, and understand how to convert these events. Because I think the first time what was so hard and why we kept struggling as well is, one, we didn't fully understand which events to yet go to, how to keep the connection and how to nurture kind of the relationship. And now that we understood that and we've kind of been past these super tough months, we are in such a good position to enter the new year.
Absolutely.
I think we maybe have 30 plus insanely high quality leads with businesses instead of between 1 and 5 million, 10 to 50 million plus.
Yeah, and it's also good, maybe 30 leads. For a lot of people, 30 doesn't sound that high. But if it comes to our business, 30 leads, which like open good possible leads that we can close, that's very high. Like usually we would have 1, 2 people that we were in contact with, and I know that's horrible, and it is. We should have a lot more, but it's very hard to, in this niche, to find the right person to work with, and then to close it also. So to have so many open leads, that's a very big difference.
Yeah.
Because, well, we used to just close them and then just find, okay, who is the next person that we're going to like work with in a way.
So Jordi, why are the 30 leads that we have right now worth more than 10,000 leads that you can email online?
Yeah, so that's quite simple, I think, in a sense that when we go to an event and we speak with them, they already met me, they know what we do.
Yeah. You build a personal relationship.
Exactly, there's a relationship there, and it's not always the same. For one, you go even drink some beer with, or just talk, or whatever it is. Like they build more like a kind of a friendship in a way.
Yeah.
And for the other one, it's like 5 minutes and that's it, right? Speaking and next person. But still, you do meet them in real life, and that is, that will beat any email always.
Yeah.
Like you can send out so many messages, but it still looks the same as all the others who do the same thing.
Yeah,
so
you can make a complete new website for someone online and send it, and they're not gonna even look at it.
Exactly.
And you're meeting them in person.
Yeah.
They exactly tell you what they need, and you have their phone number, you have their personal contact.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a main difference.
Yeah.
The 30 leads, every lead is worth around 100K plus minimum in deal value. And an email, you need to hope you can sell a little bit of marketing services to them. And I think that's also a big difference in it.
Absolutely.
So Jordi, how were we able to increase the customer lifetime values from our clients from around 20,000 euros a year to over 100K a year?
Yeah, so what we try to do is we try to utilize every point of our team with our clients. So instead of what we did before, is just selling one service, we sell all services, or at least the ones they need. And with that, we, for example, now organize a photo shoot in New York. Then we source the model, we use our photographer, then we sell the ads, we do the social media management, and on that basis you provide all the needed points for the client to work with you and to scale the brand without needing so many more people.
Yeah, also giving more value,
Exactly.
basically, I think. Yeah. I think that's another very strong point of our team, is that the companies we work with, they don't want to work with 5 different agencies. They want to work with one partner that can help them supply anything they need.
Exactly.
And I think that's where, together with these fairs, we made the biggest steps. We can help our clients with everything, which gives us more deal value, which gives them better service and overall more growth.
Absolutely, I agree. All right, so to wrap it up, what would be the most important lesson that you've learned in 2025?
Yeah, so I think we've learned a lot of lessons, but the biggest lesson I've learned personally is to really trust in the team we have built and in the quality that we can deliver, because we can do such great things, and pointing fingers to each other does not work, especially because we're all putting in our maximum effort. So really trusting each other. I think as founders, we really have to have a lot of trust, because we do something very different, and support as much as we can. So yeah, just trusting and not giving up. I think there were a million moments where we could have done like, fuck this shit, so done with it. But no, just persistence and trust. That's like, I think that went to the next level. Also good to know what's your view on that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's very important to stand behind your team always and make sure that there's always good communication between us and the team. And I think that's something that we've evolved even more in and grew in. So I completely agree with you.
Okay, so maybe it's time now to wrap it up. This was the first episode of the ESYGN Sitdown, where we show a more behind the scenes point of view of our company, what's going on, the good and the bad, because we want everyone to know what's there, not only the highlights. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. We hope that you enjoyed this little conversation we've had and this new style of content we try to create, and thank you so much.
Good.